Welcome back to Central Valley Talk, where we celebrate what's good about Fresno and the whole valley for that matter. There's so many cool and fun things going on, and we want you to know about them. And we look around for things that are happening, or people call us and say we've got something happening that people should know about, and we bring them on the show and we talk about it. Our guest is, did you know there's a place in Fresno called the Fresno Discovery Center? One of the coolest places. I went there over 60 years ago. Is that possible?
It is.
It's been there that long?
It's been there for a very long time. We opened up in 1954.
Yeah. You opened.
No, I did not have the key at the time.
Yeah.
But it's been around for quite a while, and we actually got nonprofit status in 1968. So it's been a trusted member of the community for quite a long time, and there's quite a few people that remember going when they were in school.
Yeah.
You're not alone.
Now, tell us what it is.
Well, Fresno Discovery Center is a small science center. We are working to make it bigger, and we're very, very excited because we have survived COVID. That was a trip for everybody, especially for nonprofits, and especially for nonprofits that work directly with kids. It was very, very difficult, but we have not just survived, we are actually growing. We're growing so fast. We actually had 5 new people start today.
Wow.
I keep on telling people, I know we're hiring so many people, and I think, oh, people must think that we just have a rotating door. Yeah. We don't. We keep on hiring. During COVID, we got down to 5 employees. It was crazy. But before these new people started today, we were at 34. So that's why we keep on hiring. We have a lot of growth in the last 4 years. So we're excited not just for growing the programs, but also for growing at Discovery Center.
I should have gave your appearance some context. You're having a Halloween event. That's why she's dressed up as a witch.
I'll take my opportunity to wear my witch hat anytime I can. Yeah. It's a lovely hat that was given to me.
Now, Discovery Center, I know there's live animals.
There are live animals. There are exhibits. We have a classroom that we use for our events and our programs, but we also use it for birthday parties. So at the moment, we're trying to grow a lot of the exhibits, and we're looking for sponsors. So if any of your listeners out there think that they want to put their name on something like that and help us to increase the quality of the education that we're being able to deliver for our students here in the Central Valley, let us know.
All right. I'm going to talk about this later, but I'm going to tease it right now. Cafe Scientifique?
Cafe Scientifique, that's right.
Could say it's kind of a lecture kind of series?
Well, we actually try to get away from the lecture. This is the fun part of Cafe Sci. Normally when we have a scientist come out and talk to the public, it is really a lecture. This, we want you to come out. We actually start off with a fun activity, usually something like trivia, and we do a prize for the winner. And then we'll grab a beer, grab something from the food trucks, and we all get to kind of hang out and relax while we have a STEM professional, like a scientist, come out and talk about some of the cool stuff that they've been working on.
All right, we're going to talk about that a lot more in a minute. The thing I had you come on, or the reason you came on, is you have a Halloween activity coming up for kids.
That's right. We have our annual Tricks and Treats event. And this is so fun, and it has gotten so big. When we first started it, we didn't think that it was gonna get as big as it has. And it gets bigger and bigger every year.
It's $1.
It is $1 admission, that's right.
And it's safe?
It is safe. We are trying to
it's not on
make
Halloween, it's on the 19th of October.
It's on the 19th.
Saturday.
We want it on a Saturday, and it's in the middle of the day. So hopefully it doesn't interrupt any plans that you might have for other parties or trunk or treating that you have later that day. But we always do it this Saturday right before Halloween, so we're very, very excited about it. We're very, very, very excited about it. If you can't tell, I love Halloween. We are excited to get people out there to get their costumes on and get those costumes a first trial here at Discovery Center. So we'll have vendors, food trucks, we'll have craft vendors, all kinds of fun activities for the kids. They'll be able to go around trick-or-treating at a bunch of booths. It should be a lot of fun.
I will just say this. If you're watching, you want to know more about this, go to this web address, FresnoDiscoveryCenter.org. And should they get their tickets in advance, or?
That is not necessary. You can get your tickets at the door, and
show up with $1.
That's right. You show up with $1. We'll do cash at the front for you, or we can do card inside. We actually kind of do multiple lines so we can get that line going a little bit faster. In the past, that was an issue, and we're working to make that easier and easier for people so they don't have to wait in line anymore.
For a safe Halloween, go to the Discovery Center.
That's right.
Saturday, October 19th. From what times?
From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay.
That's right.
Wear your costume, of course.
Yes.
Guess you don't have to. Okay, I want to get back to this because this is where I have a lot more interest. Okay, first of all, people say there's nothing to do in Fresno. That's why we started Central Valley Talk. The Halloween thing is something to do in Fresno.
It's pretty fun.
Now, maybe more for grown-ups, you have Cafe Sci, Scientific.
That's right, Cafe Sci. And this is a really, really cool program. It actually was a program that started in France, which is why it has that weird, crazy name, Cafe Scientifique. But it's a worldwide program now. There are people in all countries that are making this kind of program for the public. And it's a really, really fun program. So we go in, we get to hear a scientist or a medical professional come in and talk about some of the cool things that we hear about in the news, or some of these things that maybe they're researching right now.
Now, let me describe it a little as you described it to me. It's at Tioga Sequoia Brewery downtown,
Correct.
Fresno. And you go and you don't have to drink, but get it if you want. There's a beer there.
That's right.
And there's food trucks there.
That's right.
And this person stands up and gives kind of a casual presentation for 20 minutes or
20 to 30 minutes, and we encourage questions. So
then you can interact after.
That's
If you're
right.
done listening to them after the 20 minutes or so, just get up and walk away and
That's
go do.
right.
There's other activities going on there. So what a cool way to kind of get some information.
it is very fun, and it helps to increase transparency in science. One of the things that I think most people don't understand about programs like these is that we want communication in two directions. We don't want a lecture. We don't want a scientist to come out and give an academic lecture where people are just absorbing information. It's not as much fun.
Let's have fun.
It's not very fun. We also want the scientists or STEM professionals to learn what's important to the public.
Right.
So it's a good way for us to make sure that scientists and STEM professionals know what's important to us. Why didn't you research this? Can you research that next time?
Is it the same day each month?
It is the first Tuesday of the month,
First
every
Tuesday of
time.
every month.
And our next one is going to be Dr. Chelsea Juarez. She's going to be talking about stories in the bone. She is a forensic anthropologist, so I am very, very excited about this one. We tried to get a nice spooky theme for you for our Halloween, one that's closest to Halloween for you.
Forensic anthropologist.
That's right.
By the
Yes.
way, I mean, I don't know why I just got this factoid in my head. They didn't even find dinosaurs until 150 years ago.
Yeah, and it was interesting because a lot of people had issues with it. They thought that maybe, it was a trick.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people when they first found fossils thinking, oh, this was just a trick.
Yeah. I mean, it's obvious if you read the Bible, the Earth was only made 6,000 years ago. How could there be 100,000-year-old dinosaurs? Anyway, I hear that argument a lot. Anyway, yeah, they just started finding dinosaurs, not even 200 years ago, I don't think.
Well, it's been there's a lot of different species out there now, and it's
Do you think this scientist will talk about that? What is
well,
she
the
gonna talk about?
anthropology is more going to be talking about humans. So cultures and things that when we're talking about anthropology, it's going to be fossilized human remains and fossils from human cultures.
That's just as fascinating as the dinosaurs, maybe
I
more.
think so, yes, especially for adults.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I always think anthropologist. I always think dinosaur. I don't know why, but of course human anthropologist. Can you tell the story about the lizard?
Which lizard?
Lizard that's native to this area. And some
Oh,
guy,
yes, definitely. So we've had 2 Cafe Sci since we've restarted it at Tioga Sequoia. So this is only going to be our third one with Dr. Chelsea Juarez. The first one was actually Dr. Rory Telemeco, and he does research on a lizard right here in the Central Valley. So most people think, oh yeah, we have lizards, we have whatever. But there is a very special lizard here called the blunt-nosed leopard lizard, and we call it the valley dragon. And
we've probably all seen him at some time in our
it's
life.
actually, you probably haven't,
No.
because it's endangered. There's very, very few places you actually can go to see them. And Fresno Chaffee Zoo, with Dr. Rory Telemeco, they are working on increasing their numbers. So they've actually gone out, they were able to take a few individuals that were very old, thought they might be past their prime.
Yeah.
They were not reproducing in the field. So they brought them into captivity and have started having them reproduce.
Wow.
And they're able to release babies back into the wild.
That's
A
amazing.
repatriation project like this is very rare.
Yeah.
It's very, very difficult for scientists to be allowed to do things like this because we don't want to release pathogens or things to
Yeah.
populations that are already in the wild. So
Are
it's
they-
absolutely incredible.
Fresno Zoo sponsoring that? It's a zoo
The
activity?
work is actually happening at
At the zoo.
Fresno
So
Chaffee
good for them.
Zoo.
That's kind of that's a great accomplishment.
They're doing
then.
quite a bit with conservation right now. They actually just got an award from one of their conferences that they went to for all of North America specifically for their conservation programs. So shout out to them. They're doing a great job.
And 2 baby elephants too.
And 2 baby
I saw
elephants,
them. I went
yes.
last week. Okay, so let's get back to the Discovery Center. You guys sponsor this Cafe Sci, and it's Tuesdays, the first Tuesday of every
First
month.
Tuesday of the month.
At Tagasegoya.
That's right. And it is sponsored between Fresno Discovery Center, Fresno Chaffee Zoo, and the College of Science and Math at Fresno State. And
Nice.
all three of us are working together to make sure that this program is as good as we can make it.
If you're not sure about it, just go hang around on the edges and kind of watch. It sounds like it's about the time span of my attention, so I think that'll be good.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. So like I said, there's a trivia or other activity at the beginning, fun kind of introductory lesson in there, and we typically are asking questions during the talk, so it's not a lecture so much as an introduction for questions for us to have a conversation with a STEM professional.
And by the way, here's the poster for that. I would imagine if they go to FresnoDiscoveryCenter.org, they'll find that
That is
information
correct.
too.
FresnoDiscoveryCenter.org for tricks and treats, for Café Scientifique, for all of our good stuff. And if you are interested in helping to sponsor these programs or new exhibits for our programs, please let us know at FresnoDiscoveryCenter.org.
Yeah, I say this all the time. And I say it about the baseball games, different things we have going on. If we want things like this in our community, we have to support them. We got to support the Discovery Center, support their events, and like I say, my whole life that I can remember, Discovery Center has been there. So we need to get behind them. Any last thoughts on anything you want to talk about?
Have a happy Halloween and come see us for our fun events.
October 19th, it's a Saturday. From what times?
Tricks and Treats is going to be Saturday, October 19th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
And then the first Tuesday of each month?
And the first Tuesday of the month from starting at 7 o'clock will be Café Scientifique.
We'll be back with more cool stuff in Fresno right after this.